Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to my SimCity video tutorials. In this video I'm going to show you how I finished the Topastos seed city, which has managed to produce quite a lot of money, which I'm now going to use for the next city. So you will notice I have a few skyscrapers here and there. They were simply necessary in order to balance out the workforce necessary for this city. The 4 mines, 2 ore mines and 2 coal mines have generated quite a lot of sim allowance for me. I have upgraded the water capacity, sewage capacity and the power capacity up to its maximum in this city, so for now this will be enough to supply my next city, which I'm going to make here. Is going to be a university city and later on going to produce processors, computers, TV and so on. You can watch how I plan to make this city in one of my previous videos. You can see the road setup, but I will be doing something just a little bit different because while testing that city layout I have noticed a few problems with the city being in concentric circles, so I am going to make a small design change. So right now I'm going to send all the money necessary to that new city. And that at the moment is about 2 million. Now let's go into the second city and receive the gift. Even at cheetah speed, it can sometimes take a while for a gift to come into the city. And there we go. 2,090,000 fresh in the bank. So first things first, I have to delete this avenue that is inside the city so that I can make my own entrances and exits from this city. On this upper edge I have planned for a road to go down into the ground and then for another road to be able to go over it here. So right here I need to start going down into the ground with an avenue and dig enough into the ground that I can pass over with an overpass. So like I showed you in my terraforming with road videos, hold the shift key, go forward little by little and just add these small pieces that dig the ground down. You have to continuously go down at an angle, because only by keeping an angle can you actually dig straight. You see, if you remain at the same angle, your next piece is not going to be able to go deeper down. So I have to go back and fix the problem. In order to keep the price of these avenues down, I'll be using the medium density avenue to go on the left and the right side, because it is less expensive than the high density avenue and I really do not need the high density avenue for anything but digging at the moment. Now you have to try and get this road to be as close to this avenue as possible while still keeping as high of an angle as you can. You will do the same thing on the other side. Now what you need to do is to go from each side and attack that hill, so that this road, the new road, will also go up and be raised like this. Again, you need to try and get as close to this ditch as you can, while still keeping the road angled up as much as possible. Now what you do is delete these small pieces that are protruding from the ditch, and then you just connect these two with an overpass. Ah, almost perfect from the first try. I guess practice does make perfect. Now, you may end up with a little bit of a problem because this avenue sometimes will do exactly this. Okay, from this side, as you can see, from this side, if you pull the avenue, it's going to warp the terrain. But if you go and connect it from this side, it seems to be okay. Now, the trick is, when I release my mouse, it might have warped it the same, but it seems I was lucky enough not to get warped. Another thing, if you try and connect this avenue, which you have dug into the ground and all the way to the water, with the entrance avenue, and for some reason you get something like bad angle, or it continuously stays red and it does not allow you to connect, all you have to do is just delete one small piece of this avenue so that it wouldn't be dug in so far away into the sea level, and then once it goes back to the dry land a little bit and the angle becomes a bit less sharp, then you can just again connect it without a problem. Now that this part is completed, there is another part that I need to complete here. Now, my original idea was to have the bus station here and the ferry terminal here, with an overpass going from here up to here into the outermost concentric circle, and so the people entering my city would come into this avenue, get on a road that is next to the ferry terminal, go up and over this avenue which leads up to the other entrance, and then get into my city. But I have realized that having a bus station here and a ferry terminal here on the same street that people are exiting and entering creates a little bit too much traffic. So my ferry terminal is actually going to go over here. Its street is then going to go from the left side into that overpass, while the bus station is going to be moved maybe here or somewhere else. So how does this entrance works out? Well, first I'm going to choose the curved road and go up to here. Maybe even a little bit less than that. Let's say about here. Now from here on I need to go to the left and dig a ditch here so that this avenue can go underneath an overpass that is going to be here and going to be connecting the ferry terminal and this avenue, so the people will be going into this avenue if they want to exit the city again from there, or they will be able to use a road that's going to go through here and up and over this avenue. So my first objective is to dig a ditch right here. Since I have already started coming in from this side with this avenue, I'll be digging the ditch from this side. Now that's my starting point, and from here I will be going to dig into the ground. There we go, picture perfect. Now from here, I once again need to go up on both sides. And then attack from the opposite side. In order for these two roads not to connect, you need to be holding shift while drawing this road. Now, as you just saw, my right side wasn't raised enough. So I'm going to have to try this one more time. Now it should work. There we go. Right in the middle. Now all that is left to do is to connect these two avenues. And there you go. Another overpass created. Now from here on I will be spending some time and sim allowance in order to create this road network, but since the rest of this road network isn't as interesting as creating these two overpasses, I will be fast forwarding you to the future. Here we are now in the very distant future. Now I have to apologize, I was planning on showing you how to build this setup step by step, because I was first building the road network, then adding the community college, fire station, services, parks, transportation department, and so on. But I hit a little snag when my recording software decided to stop registering my record key. So what I ended up with is only what you just saw, the first 13 minutes of setting up these two roads, and then the next moment is this. I am very sorry, I wasn't aware that my recording software stopped recording, so I will do my best to explain to you how I reached this point. So the first thing is the road setup. As you saw, these two overpasses are making sure that I do not have any traffic jams at the entrance to my city. The Sims can come into the city over this overpass and then they hit this avenue. From this avenue they can go either to this side or down here. If they go down here, they can build a low-vault house. Now my OCD is acting up again, I'm very sorry. They can build a low-vault house in here, or they can continue on down here and enter the middle part of the city where I have the high vault and the medium vault. Or they can go over this overpass and go into this side where I have these low vault housing. And then again they can hit the middle part of the city. From this entrance they can go straight into the middle part of the city where they can build a medium or high vault houses. Now the center here has been left clear for the university and upgraded services if necessary. For the moment I have the police station, the clinic and the fire station here, together with these parks and the community college. The community college is here until I unlock the university, and then the university is going to be here. I have chosen the community college specifically so that I would raise my tech level high enough so I can unlock the processor production plants. Once I unlock that, I will be bulldozing all this industry. Now let me show you the land value. As you can see, these parks are high vault parks and are creating high vault land value around this avenue. My plan is to have the high vault buildings zoned onto this avenue and have them grow to medium and high density. On the next street I have my medium vault homes and medium wealth shops. Now you will notice that I have this extra road here parallel to this avenue, while on this side I do not. This is because I'm trying to see if it's possible to zone asymmetrically and will it influence the traffic enough for these roads not to suffer traffic jams. Now as you can see, I have zoned onto this street, and then the next entrances and exits of houses are going to be on the street parallel, while when you hit this middle one, it has no zoning on it whatsoever, so it should stay free and allow for quick traffic flow. Once you go to the bottom or the left side, it is a bit different because this street is being zoned to the right side while the avenue is free of any zoning, so that the only traffic entering this avenue will be from the low wealth housing that is on the left side. Same goes down here, only here we have industry instead of low wealth housing. Now these corners here are left for the processor factories and the trade depots, trade ports later on. The trade port can be built here and have either a ship export or a railroad export by having a railroad connection going here, going up and connecting to the region connection. I'm also going to add more passenger train stations in this corner and this corner. If the train export doesn't work, as it has been known to sometimes fail and not work at all, I'm going to switch from exporting by rail to exporting by boat from the trade port. I will also be removing some of these streets with low wealth housing, because once they hit medium and high density, I will have enough of them living up there and taking up this space for more processors or computer TV factories. I will be probably doing the same on this side. This city is going to have at least one recycling center, and a little trick for the recycling is that you can go into the edit mode, place your alloy and plastic production lines, but turn them off until you pick up enough recyclables for them to actually turn them into anything useful. There is really no point to keep them running when you simply do not have enough recyclables picked up each day to fill them up. The second recycling center will mostly end up somewhere around here. Now, when I turned on the land value, you will notice that these 4 parks are high wealth parks, but the medium wealth parks are only a little bit here and over here. And that is why most of these people are not entirely happy with me. So I will be adding more medium wealth parks in the future into these neighborhoods. But I have to be very careful where I place them, because you have to remember that these neighborhoods are going to go to medium density. So for example, at this spot here, there is no problem for me to have a park right here instead of this home, and I will 100% have enough room here for a medium density, medium wealth home. But for example, if you look up here and where I have these 3 low density medium wealth homes, I will want to have a medium density building here. But if I were to place a park here, that would reduce the amount of space and make that wish impossible. So I have to be careful where exactly I place those parks, considering going to medium and high density. I have turned on the bus terminal and the passenger train station, therefore allowing the workers and shoppers to commute between these 2 cities. My second city is buying its power, water and sewage from the first city, as well as its garbage is being picked up, while I will be sending these recycling trucks into my first city to pick up its recyclables and reduce the amount of trash that it produces. I have left this spot here for the building of additional capacity for water, sewage and power. I'll be researching the concentrated solar arrays at the university and then building them at a solar power plant. With that, I believe I have covered everything you should know about this city for now. I'm going to be spending some time and making sure that this city transfers to medium density properly and not too much space is wasted. And before I forget, the main reason why I went for this square setup instead of a circular setup is because of the amount of space that a circular setup ends up wasting, because these homes are really hard to get to go to medium density on these curved edges. So that is why I have transferred to squares with just little curves at their edges. So thank you for watching, and please stay tuned on my channel for more.